Good morning, Colorado. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Local Biz Buzz, a special election day version. Thank God it's over. We have Jesse here from Sfoglina.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Like it? Sfoglina.
Yeah. Beautiful.
With a little accent, sounds good.
It sounds really good.
Let's start right there with the name. Why did you name it that, and what does that name mean?
I named that because it is the word for women in Bologna who roll out the big sheets of pasta, and I am a woman making pasta.
That works for me. That's a good enough name. Tell us about yourself. What's your background? How did you get into the pasta business?
I am from New York. Originally, I grew up in a large Italian-American family, so pasta and food.
We didn't talk about this. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Kingston, New York.
All right.
Do you know it?
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. I'm from Long Island.
Long Island.
And I went to camp in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, I'm right by Poughkeepsie.
Right.
So there you go. Yeah, across the river.
Yeah.
But so grew up with food, the focus of our family. Went to Italy in my 20s, fell in love with pasta and food even more. Yeah. And then just continued on the culinary journey and just got more and more into pasta as I went. And once I learned about the difference of milling grains and what it added to the flavor and the nutrient value, it just made sense to me. And
explain that to them a little bit, because it's
Sure.
a little confusing even to me what that means.
Sure. I source the wheat berries, which is the stage before the flour. I get them from a local Colorado farm called Grains from the Plains, and the durum from a company called Central Milling. And then I make the flour myself, basically. I put it through a stone mill. So it's a more nutrient-dense, flavorful pasta. It's really significant, the flavor difference between what you'd see with that isn't milled fresh.
I am not familiar with your product or products. Is this common? Do other people make this in town or around?
There are only a couple that I know of. There's a place in Boulder that seems to have very similar values to me. I believe it's Pacifico. I haven't been there yet because I just don't go to Boulder yet, or very much. But they do a really nice job, is what it looks like from my Instagram stalking.
Does it make it more expensive?
It does make it a little more expensive just because of the labor I'm putting into it. And the slow drying process. I slow dry it for about 2 days, 24 hours usually to a day.
And,
I'm sorry.
and where are you
24
making
hours,
these?
2 days. I'm still a cottage industry, so
Okay.
I have a shop built in my house. My plan is to stay that way through the winter, just be able to keep my family, my daughter home, and stay a little safe during the unknown
Give
time.
her a shout out. What's your daughter's name?
Adeline.
All right.
She is 11 months. And
Oh,
the
well,
sweetheart.
then she's not watching.
She might be watching, but she might not be comprehending.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then move hopefully into a commercial kitchen in the spring.
When did you start this?
Sure. I've been working on the business plan for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then with having a child and COVID, it was on hold, and I pivoted a little bit because my original plan was to have a full shop. And I've been live selling this product for 4 months now.
So just like so many people have come on this show, pandemic has really made you pivot, and cottage industries, and we've had dozens of them on this show. What are the different flavors and styles that you make?
Sure, I brought a couple different here. The Malfaldine it's my husband's favorite. It's the organic durum wheat berry. So that's more what you're used to seeing, the grain that is in most pastas. And that's just long and delicious, nice and chewy. And then these two, are both grains from the Plains rustic red wheat berries. So it's a much more earthy flavor. I use a little beet juice in the beet fusilli just to bring out that earthiness even more. And they're both delicious. The casserecce is really my favorite. And then this one is just fun for children. It's little animal shapes.
So good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's got to be a nightmare to make for you.
Well, I have a die so I cut them on the die. I don't do that by hand.
Even still, and then you must have a big space to dry this all out. I mean,
I do. I've gotten really efficient with my space.
Yeah.
And everything in my shop is on wheels and can go under shelves and back into shelves and pull out when I need it to use it.
Huh.
But I'll definitely run out of space soon. Need to.
Where can people buy your pasta?
So right now the best place to find me is right at my website at sfolinadenver.com. I do direct to consumers, deliver locally, ship throughout Colorado. I'm also downtown at the Farmers Market on Lammer Square. Originally the market, now the Farmers Market.
Okay.
And this weekend I'll be at Fort Greene popping up with a bunch of great local vendors. A bunch of them have been on this show actually.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on a not progressive, but a dinner pickup pop-up series. I'm just working on getting some different licensing so I can do like bolognese and malfadine for the winter, and looking for some breweries and some wineries to team up with, do the delivery pickup.
What did you bring me here? You made me a little something here.
I brought you something that I tried to think of what I would like to eat at this time of day, and I made it for you. It's the casarecce, and I made a very herbaceous green chili sauce to go with it. So it's bright, but it's also a little spicy. I hope that's good for you.
I think it is. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Enjoy.
It seems almost like an Asian-y.
There,
Sesame seeds.
it is a little Asian inspired.
Smells really good.
I really like Asian flavors and Italian flavors together.
Nice.
And again, the earthiness of that pasta, I just thought would work really nice with that sauce.
And just when you're cooking this kind of pasta, is it cooked like a dried pasta or is it more like a fresh pasta?
Sure, each one cooks a little differently, different times, but
Right.
more like a dry pasta because it dried out. But the directions are on the back. Always salt your pasta water
That's a good advice. And also save a little bit.
and
right?
save a little bit into your sauce. I made a cold
Did you know that,
sauce.
Josh?
Absolutely, I do.
All right.
Yeah, it will help make a much nicer emulsified sauce.
Very nice. Pleasure to meet you.
It
Thanks
was
for
great to
coming
meet you.
in.
Thanks for having me.
Give me your website again.
Yes, sfolinadenver.com, and you can see this on your channel, OCN Eats.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. It's on all these Facebook pages. Give her a follow on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm going to have this for my breakfast. Let's eat.
Enjoy.
Good. Oh, so good.